Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and my bacon was really good. I want to remind everybody there's only 17 days left. The record is being, the last year's XRP Las Vegas record is being shattered every day, and the general admission ticket sales have accelerated. So you got 17 days left. All the links are in the description of this video. If you want the discount, go to daixrp.com. And I also have I've got a discount on general admission tickets, but I also have a discount on another event in there. Go in there and check it out. It's a really good discount too. Okay, so go check that out. 17 days, 12 hours, 47 minutes. Gold Telegraph, because of all the stuff going on in it with Israel and with Iran over there, gold up $30 at the open, 2,370. If you are interested in physical gold, my sponsor is Miles Franklin. All you do is go to milesfranklin.com, and then you can go down here and see all the specials, and then you click the sign up button over here. There's where you put the referral code of DAI Gold. And that is how you'll get the best pricing. Okay, I ran into this, and this was one I had a hard time finding, but this is a good little reminder of of the problem in uncovering ETHgate. This is the root of the problem, and I'm asking here, I don't know what happened to Senator Elizabeth Warren, look, the only way to save crypto is to get rid of Senator Elizabeth Warren, and the way to do that is John Deaton. Okay, so go to johndeatonforsenate.com, donate to John. I've already donated, but for some reason, Senator Warren decided that she was all over Jay Clayton at his confirmation hearings, but now that actual potential corruption has been uncovered during his tenure at the SEC, she's nowhere to be found, and I want to know why.
We have another Wall Street insider from one of the white shoe firms, Jay Clayton, one of the largest defense firms, Sullivan Cromwell on the street, that has done work on behalf of broker-dealers for decades. So essentially, when a Wall Street firm gets in trouble, whether it's with one of the regulators or they get sued by the plaintiffs' bar, these types of the firms that Jay Clayton comes from, defends Wall Street. Now, you and I have talked about this before, and the biggest problem we have with this, let's grab someone from a Wall Street defense firm like Jay Clayton and put him in charge of the regulatory function like the SEC. It's called the revolving door, where these very highly qualified lawyers come from Wall Street and they go to the regulators. So they go from defending the Wall Street firms to overseeing and regulating. So they're sitting on one side of the table as a defense lawyer, and then quite frankly, within a week or two, they're now sitting in the regulator chair, regulating their old clients, their old friends at their firm, and it's the revolving door, back and forth, and as a result, you get this old boy network, all from Ivy League schools, all highly educated, going back and forth from the regulatory side to the defense side, and it's a very chummy, very close relationship that no one wants to ruffle any feathers, because think about it, if you're on the regulatory side and you cause too big of a problem, you're really banging heads. You go in there and you really come in with the big stick and you really go after people aggressively. When your term is over with the SEC and you've ruffled too many feathers, you've carried too big of a stick, who's going to hire you back on the defense side to represent the people that you, for goodness sakes, you just tried to put in jail or you just tried to go after? So it creates this very incestuous, chummy relationship called the revolving door, back and forth. And we have had this problem over and over again.
See the problem, folks? We got a lot of problems. Now, Something I wanted to bring your attention to that I've noticed is the fact that I showed this video like
Interesting. It's like
this right here is what I wanted to show you. Now no, that doesn't mean Ripple is completely getting rid of their presence, but you're starting to see XRP Ledger show up at the conferences instead of Ripple in terms of having booths. So this is the XRP Ledger Foundation. I noticed it today. There was a oh look, Jeff Wilser, he's one of the good guys. He's the one that wrote a thing on the ETHgate for CoinDesk and actually told the truth and was an honest op-ed guy. We were in that article. Now he's doing a write-up on John Deaton at CoinDesk. I've been saying that in this election, freedom is on the line, so they need to go out and vote for candidates who favor innovation and freedom. You want to get rid of Elizabeth Warren, John Deaton is the answer, folks. Now, from this, I went and checked out Consensus. Consensus 2024 is going to be May 29th to 31st. I think it's still in Austin. That's like a few weeks after XRP Las Vegas. So if you go there, but you see the sponsors, there's Stellar, and then the 4 block, whatever that means, Circle and XRP Ledger, not Ripple. I find that interesting. And then you'll go down, you'll notice a lot of the names like Hedera and some of these others down here. But there's Corium, even Corium's on there sponsoring too. Corium's all over the place these days. But if you go and you look at the speakers, this is kind of nauseating. Look who they put at the top. This is who they're most proud of. Ex-military intelligence Anthony Pompliano, quote, ex-military. In other words, I don't know if he still is. Ex-military intelligence Anthony Pompliano, who used to totally get XRP, and then after late 2017, he just all of a sudden didn't get it. And he hadn't been able to get it ever since. Same for Mike Novogratz, of ETHgate fame. Mike Novogratz, he totally gets Ripple equity. Like all you smart people out there that get it, the Ripple equity, totally gets that. But he just completely falls off the radar when it comes to XR. He just totally can't figure it out, right? Chris Dixon of ETHgate fame, those of you that don't remember, Jay Clayton, he's on stage with Joseph Grunfest at Stanford, and then the very next morning walks across the street to Andreessen Horowitz and sits down with Chris Dixon, says, Chris, go out there and get a bunch of industry leaders together and law firms. Get Lowell Ness, your A16Z crypto attorney. Create me a memo. Became the Safe Harbor Memo that only mentioned Ethereum. And then they had all these behind closed door meetings with the SEC. People from Andreessen Horowitz. Don't know if Chris Dixon was there or not. We do know a few guys were there. Then that's where we get the Ethereum free pass and the Bitcoin free pass from the Hinman speech. And Chris Dixon has never had a microphone shoved in his face to answer for his part in that. And now he wants everybody to see him as wanting all these crypto regulations for the industry. My question is, why did he not fight for the industry in 2018? Because then he only fought for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Was it because we exposed ETHgate? I wonder. You're also going to have at Consensus, John Deaton, they don't even have his picture on here. I couldn't find it. But you're going to have Brad Garlinghouse. He'll be there. I saw him on here somewhere. But they bury the guys like Brad Garlinghouse. Literally, the XRP army saved the freaking industry, but they bury all those people way down low, and then or they don't even let them come. John Deaton and Brad Garlinghouse are the only two I know of, but they certainly don't feature them. They feature all these morons that have been pumping Bitcoin and Ethereum so much, because that is what Wall Street wanted to happen first. Okay, now here is where the market is. We're at 2.34 trillion. I think it had gotten as high as 2.7 trillion-ish. XRP's 49 cents. Bitcoin had dropped down to 64 or so. But all of this, like I keep saying, today is today's tax day, April 15th, and then so you had tax selling for that. You got the Israel-Iran thing going on. I kind of feel like most of that's connected. Now, here's a guy this looks like a CNBC show, but it says something fintech. But listen to this guy talking about his 3 coins.
Share your top
The ultimate
3
crypto
cryptocurrency
portfolio.
picks.
I think that Bitcoin hasn't reached anywhere near mass adoption yet. 22% of households own Bitcoin. And I think that also has a great advantage from name recognition. Right now, if we go out to the streets and we ask anybody, name one cryptocurrency, and 95%
Let's skip
of people
over the
will be able to
Bitcoin
say.
crap.
So Ethereum is number 2. And I think eventually, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, I think Ethereum will eventually, in the next 5 to 10 years, be the number 1 crypto, past Bitcoin. I think Ethereum
I'll go out on a limb here and say that I think XRP jumps Bitcoin and Ethereum eventually.
will be the number 1 crypto eventually. It almost, in 2017, it was very close to what we call flipping Bitcoin and being number 1. But I still think it has the potential to do that.
Without regulatory capture, XRP did flip Ethereum, and it would have flipped Bitcoin. And that's the fact, Jack, and they all know it. And that's why it was stopped.
With XRP, we all know about the lawsuits with the SEC. But I think that the price is artificially too low for what the utility and what the potential of it is. That's a great investment opportunity because once those artificial barriers are erased, which I think it will be in
Now you're getting over the target.
year and a half, the price could rise to what the true value is. And right now, I think XRP's true value should be between $10 and $15. But I
Whoa.
think with the next bull run, we could see $20, $25.
That's some deep
I agree
insight
with
coming
that.
from a software engineer's background.
20,
You do what you do best. for a reason,
$25
Armando.
XRP. I'm with him. I totally agree with that. I don't think there's any reason why not. Now, I wanted to show you just these guys are total. Well, I think maybe they've started to add some purple coloring, Solana colors. So because I think that now that ETHgate has been busted, these guys are starting to want to kind of move away from that a little bit, or they just don't want to talk about it as much. All the people that pumped Bitcoin and Ethereum all these years, they've now shifted very obviously to Solana and included it. I think they're like, we've got to come up with a plan. All these XRP army people have just destroyed Ethereum's reputation. We've got to come up with another pump plan. But I do like listening to some of what Raoul Paul has to say every once in a while. Listen to the very beginning of this.
The entire thesis is this market is going from 2.7 trillion to, call it 12 trillion this cycle, to 100 trillion by maybe the end of the 30-32 cycle.
Wow.
So this is, I think, in front of us, the largest, fastest accumulation of wealth in all human history.
I agree. It's coming for sure. Now, with everything that's going on with this, U.S. officials expect Israeli counterattack on Iran as soon as today. With this going on, folks, I mean, we've been talking about these issues for the last 5 years on this channel. We've been talking about the petrodollar. We've been talking about Bretton Woods 2.0, 3.0, whatever you want to call it. We've talked about the end of the gold standard and all these different things, folks. Well, in DAIXRP.com, we're gonna talk further about Bretton Woods 2.0 or 3.0, whatever you want to call it. We're going to go into that a little bit, something I saw going around this morning. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that this is not about cartoon monkeys. This is not about green candles. This is about a switch over of the entire financial system. This is about not green candles. This is about massive, like, change the world, change the greatest transfer of wealth in history. And that's like green candles on steroids. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go.